Now, every morning we have a story about how we need to eat healthier, or also how the price of food is going up.
Yeah, so how do we make these healthy food choices on a budget? Well, Dr. Oz is joining us this morning to talk about smart shopping. Dr. Oz, good morning. Thanks for joining us on a Monday.
Good morning, Natalie. Thanks for having me on.
We're so glad you're with us because we need some help here mapping out these strategies to a healthy and affordable family menu.
Well, we're talking with Rachael Ray today, and I'm very excited to have her on. I've talked to her a lot about how you can expand the family budget, go a little longer than you probably could have gone before. So we'll talk about some of those loss leader products you can buy in grocery stores to feed your husband. But there's one little tip I want to give you guys. There's a show that Rachael did years ago with Oprah, and I remember, you may remember it as well, was You Won't Be Single for Long pasta. And it became famous because it got women to think about how they can use food to get to their man. So we want to change that because we have a couple on who took advantage of that recipe, but it is a fattening one. We're making how you can make your spouse live longer pasta, and it's one of the great highlights of the show today.
Very good, Dr. Oz. Talk about the foods that are worth paying, you know, it's expensive, but are worth paying more for because they pay off.
Well, I think there are two great examples. Beans, which you can buy in bulk. They are very inexpensive, and they have lots of nutrients in them. They're one of the few protein-rich foods you can get on a discount. And the other is tuna fish. And I like tuna fish because stores will often sell it very inexpensively to get you into the door. It stores well. It can be used in many, many different ways. Because of its diverse uses, it can be implemented into meals every day, and you won't get bored of it. So those are two we're going to talk about a lot today and give you some very specific examples of how to use them in your diet.
Excellent. You know, you're talking to folks in Portland now, so give us some advice for our vegetarian and vegan friends on how they can save money and still eat healthy.
Well, my wife is vegetarian, so I know a lot about this area. And the reality is that meat's pretty expensive. And so the ability to eat well if you're a vegetarian helps you. On average, vegetarians are also a little bit thinner than folks who eat meat. So there's lots of opportunities there. If you're not eating fish either, which I know a lot of folks don't do, if you're truly a vegetarian or a vegan, then I go to the tofu line. And there are also some wonderful noodles now that have lots of fiber in them. And I'll give you one name, shiitake noodles. It's made from konjac fiber. It's a great source of nutrients, but doesn't have any calories in it. So you might want to think about incorporating that into your diet.
Shiitake noodles. I've written it down. All right, Dr. Oz, we thank you so much for your time and all your great tips. We're going to remind people that they can tune in at 3 o'clock right here on K2 to get all of your tips on shopping strategies. And as he mentioned, Rachael Ray's recipe for how to keep your man alive. And the Dr. Oz show is always followed by the day's top stories on K2 News first at 4.
Rachael Ray, there'll be absolutely no energy in that program.
Oh, my.
See if you can hang on for the whole hour.